Hey everyone. Hey, I thought I just put my head in because call isn't ready yet, but still. How's everyone doing today? This Friday, right before the weekend. Also, Happy New Year to you, Rogier Hofboer. How are you doing? And also Happy New Year to the tracks, and Happy New Year to everyone. Anybody got some good New Year's resolutions? Another cool thing, this week I received my wrist rest. Nice. Or wrist rest. I've got multiple wrist rests now here in the Netherlands. And I must say, I've been using them for a while and I'm pretty pleased. What will happen first, Wooting 3 or Half-Life 3? Depends. I think maybe we also hate like the number 3 like Valve does. I think, will there ever come a Half-Life 3? I must admit, I'm also pretty excited for the new Half-Life game, Alex. But I'm not into VR, and I wish they would make it like a normal first-person game instead of a VR game. The wrist rest will be available this month, actually. I think somewhere at the end of the month, around the 25th, 26th. The mass production is almost finished for the wrist rest, and some of them will ship by boat and some will ship by airplane. So yeah, the wrist rest should be named Wooting 3. Well, it's, the Wooting 3 should be a keyboard if you ever make a Wooting 3. Yeah, oh, one sec guys, Calder's here. Don't tell him we went live already. There he is. There he is. Would like a black colored lekker edition. So you mean a regular Wooting 2 with lekker switches in them? Hey Calder.
Hello. Give me a second.
Sure. Everybody wish you a happy new year. You missed that one.
Great. Thank you. Thank you. Everybody, happy new year as well.
I'm also very excited for the Wooting 2 Lekker edition because we now have all the final colors set, so to say. We just have to do some final touches on the packaging and that whole shit can steamroll straight ahead. Please, Wooting ASMR. Now you don't want to hear our voices. Maybe Carlos. Carlos a pretty decent voice.
ASMR? No way. I think the trick is just you need to, like radio broadcasters, they tune their voice before it's broadcasted a bit, and it becomes like more heavy and sexy. I think that's the trick.
That's true. Or you just need to have a proper female voice, right? That works the best for ASMR. So the wrist rests are coming. What about the Gamepad? Any new info about all the products? Well, we didn't start working on the Gamepad yet. I don't think we will anytime soon. Still a cool idea, but for now we keep focusing on keyboards. Well, maybe we should discuss all the products that are upcoming during this stream, Calder.
Well, I think what we could share or say is that obviously we are thinking ahead, and we have some products on our wish list, and we have some products that we think can be interesting, but I never feel it's a good idea to talk about it too much yet until we've actually...
No. Not the products that we have ideas or concepts for. Like products that are actually coming in the next
that
few
are
months.
not coming.
That are actual coming, because the wristbands are coming. The lekker edition is coming. I mean, there's so much to talk about it. But there won't be a gamepad.
With Gamepad, it's like with the buttons and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No Gamepad. No, I'm also very... Gamepad. Because we've... obviously, the Gamepad thing is like something that since the beginning we've been confronted with. And in my opinion, we've always kept an eye open for the concept, for the Gamepad concept, and when would be a good time to make a Gamepad. But I'm still not convinced that time is soon or now at all. Yeah.
Well, I think the biggest thing is it's a very niche product, a Gamepad. Oh no, I mean like oh man, I was thinking about like a small, a small keyboard with like 12 keys or 20 keys.
Yeah, I know.
Like
I know which direction you're going.
Like the Orb Weaver, that's all it was in my head, but actually a Gamepad. Did you just mean a joystick? What did you refer to, calder?
Me? No. Oh, no. If you're talking about gamepads, right?
Mm-hmm.
In general? No. Then exactly. No, 12. Yeah. Is it only 12 keys? I thought they would have more keys.
Yeah, maybe 20. I don't know. It's just to name something.
Well, honestly, if we really wanted to have a gamepad, and the thing is that I think if we would make a gamepad, the time we need to spend and the money we need to spend will be equal or more, I think time-wise more, than if we'd make a keyboard, because it's a much different device, and if we want to do it good, and there are some buts and ifs and have to try this and that before you make something. Versus let's see, and what's the other thing? But the problem is that the total demand for such a gamepad is not there versus just making another keyboard. And then the alternative route is to say, hey, why don't we just take a standard design from a manufacturer? Because there's some pretty cool gamepad ideas from other manufacturers, and you can just get them off the shelf. And then we can just install our own stuff inside. But then I feel that we have entered a path of, our added value. Obviously, there will be added value, but I feel, we can do a much better job. So,
but just to simplify more things, Tino and Rocky just made it more confusing because they were talking about controllers, gamepads that are actual, like the G13. Is the G13 a gamepad? Sure, let's say a gamepad is a G13.
Okay, so that's...
And they have a controller, and we also have a mouse pad or desk pad that Rocky's referring to.
Well, that's why I was asking, because I was actually thinking about, does he mean like a desk pad or a mouse pad, or... Yeah. Okay, so I think the chances for a desk pad or mouse pad is still pretty big for this year. Chance of a gamepad, which is like a smaller keyboard-ish with a joystick or no joystick, but like a small, like a G13 or N52 from Belkin examples that people gave. There's no chance this year. And what was the third one? Like a controller joystick, controller, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, controller, no way. Yeah, just like not for next 2, 3, 4. No plans at all to do controllers.
I think it's very difficult to even add value to the whole market there, because the Xbox controller is already a very fine controller. my personal favorite is a PlayStation controller, and I think even what they announced, like the PlayStation 5 controller, will also have haptic feedback. So I mean, there's a lot of innovation there going on, and we're not the people we shouldn't dabble into that market, I guess.
The controller needs to be something special, is what Violet says. Or what you do is start a brand called Scuff Gaming. They basically make those, I think, rubber pads you can put on your joystick, and they have like this extra thing you can attach to the to the controller for more keys or something like that. Oh, and custom skins. Now I'm looking on the website. Yeah. That works better. Just earn on the existing market. Don't try to create your own market.
True. Well, if you're talking about desk pads and mouse pads, I mean, I'm still switching every week from mouse pad. I'm back at the Shirinkai Ninja Soft.
Wait, Ninja?
I've got so many desk pads, Calder.
Oh, you mean Artisan?
Yeah.
So this is the thing with the desk pads / mouse pads, depending on which size you get, I guess. We actually did research for this, and we wanted to develop one last year, around Computex time and a little bit before Computex time. In last year April, we started to do research, and we ended up with finding the Artisan gamepads. See, now I'm calling them gamepads. We found the Artisan mouse pads. I'm just going to refer to it as mouse pads. We found Artisan mouse pads. We felt those are really awesome, and they're coming with something new, what I think is going to be really awesome. And this made me feel like, well, what do we have to bring to the table then? Because this is really great, but the guy's not selling everywhere, so maybe we can sell these Artisan mouse pads in local markets, and we do it that way. But seeing that Artisan seeing that Artisan is a Japanese company, like I talked with the owner, but the conversations are a bit, no, it's hard to really put your finger on it, like what the idea is, and it goes a bit slow. So at one point, what was it again? We had a really great conversation with Computex. He sent us a whole bunch of samples of the Artisan pads. We did a bunch of tests on it. We even had them out at the Wooting meetup for people to try. We made a list of which pads we wanted to sell first. So we already did quite some stuff. But then it came to a point like, the guy had to give us like a purchase price, and he had no MOQ, if I'm right. I made a purchase order proposal, but he never really followed it up. And I just quickly came to the conclusion that how his business is set up right now doesn't accommodate any B2B. And most of his sales is coming from outside of Japan. He's exporting the mouse pads a lot more than he's selling inside of Japan. So he's not taking it seriously or not following it up fast enough, or my proposal is not interesting enough to make him jump, because the guy's been in the business for a while. So so that's where I kind of died off, because I felt like if we really wanted to push this and really start selling it, I would have to make a trip to Japan and visit him personally, which I have no problem with, by the way. I would love to. I would love to go. And at one point, I actually planned to go, so I could also meet Topre, the guys from Topre. But I don't remember what it was again. But something came in between. Had to cancel that trip. And since then, we're just dealing with everything we have right in front of us now. Like, there is no more time to also deal with the mousepad stuff, mousepad stuff. So now it's just, the project is like flatlined for a few months now already, multiple months now. Yeah, now I'm not sure how to follow it up, because
I don't know.
I feel now I'm getting to a point where I feel like we might as well make our own mouse pads. And I want to follow up some leads with a couple manufacturers. There's one specific manufacturer in Taiwan I want to follow up with. And I have a idea for a mouse pad, which I think should work. Yeah.
I mean, why? I mean,
No,
Artisan mouse pads, I
really
love them.
It's really fucking awesome.
I think it's pretty
I think
ballsy.
it's been
what they
tried.
said, yeah. It's pretty ballsy.
No, I think nobody has it. I think there must be a really big disadvantage, like it's like too smooth. But that's why I want to talk with a manufacturer to see what they think and what they have. But and anyway, I'm just thinking, well, maybe we should just do our own mouse pad still.
But make sure it's analog.
Yeah.
I just want to mention one thing. Digestic said you should consider a gaming keypad such as the Razer Tartarus. And thinking about it, gaming keypad, the name makes so much sense instead of a gamepad. So now we have like a gaming keypad.
Gaming keypad.
Gaming keypad as a device has like 24 keys. We have a gaming controller, as in a controller where you can control games with. And then we have a desk pad that's like for your whole desk. And we have a mouse pad that's only for your mouse. I mean, if we try to follow these these things, then we should be good.
Oh my god.
But
so many.
But still,
I really like. I really like. I have to say, I really like Wooting pads.
Wooting pads. I mean, it's. I don't know what your ideas about. I don't know what your ideas about a mouse pad and the magic thing you came up with, but
yeah, it's something I thought of a couple 2 months ago or something when it was reaching an end. I was doing some more research. I have never really shared about it.
No,
but there's
also good.
There's a certain type of plastic which is super smooth.
Don't spoil it.
Yeah. Okay.
But still, I'm still 90% up for the whole Artisan collab. That's
yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe that maybe I don't know, I should visit the guy to start with. Also, by the way, he speaks only a few words of English, so there's always like a translator.
Doesn't matter.
That joins the conversation, which is a lot of fun because it's like this really typical thing like you would see in movies when you visit when they visit like a Japanese business guy or something. Anyway.
Well, I can also be the translator, right? I watch so much anime. Nani?
Even a 50-50 split keyboard could double up decent as G13 style device. Yeah, it's kind of like what Jessic says. It's kind of like we've also entertained the idea of, why don't we make a mouse pad-ish kind of a device, but you can also use it as a gamepad. But really, if you start doing like a balance in between two things to satisfy two different markets, basically, you end up satisfying nobody. That's how I feel, but I think, because you're not going to have the numpad experience, but you're also not going to have the great gamepad experience.
Did I miss the wrist rest part? No, actually you didn't. I just flashed it at the beginning and that's about it.
Wooting watches. Yeah. No. So, did you say anything about delivery?
Well, I said it was in January, the end of it. We would start pre-orders.
Yeah.
And this mass production is now sort of finished. Well, at least a part of it. And
yeah, so we have.
You can explain it.
We're
probably
going to ship it in 2 batches. Yeah. We're going to ship it in 2 batches, and the first batch will be air freight. We'll have 120, I think. 320 pieces. No. Now I'm confused for a moment.
How can you be confused?
No, yeah, 320 pieces. Yeah, we're gonna have 320 pieces in the Netherlands for Europe international store, and we're gonna have 320 pieces in the US, and then we have a boat shipment coming on later with about let's say about 1,500 more that will arrive like a couple months later. So that air freight shipment that's coming in first, that will be the one that we'll be using to start sales in January. I don't think we're going to run out of stock before we receive the next batch, but it would be a really great situation if that's the case.
That's true. Okay, so about the colors, we do have 2 colors. One is the Lekker Edition Blue. Midnight Blue? What was the name again? Was it Midnight Blue? And we have just
Yes,
black,
Midnight Blue.
Super Black, Black, and we have got a black one that sort of fits your regular Wooting keyboards. And they come in a 10 kilo size and a full size. Yes. Wow.
Yeah.
I just packed the blue one, calder, and the smell, it's oof.
Yeah, so with every silicone product, after you unpack it, it has I don't know what you would call this. I don't know what the smell where it exactly comes from. It's from the curing process.
Oh.
And that smell goes away after a couple of days.
The thing is, I like it how it smells. But it goes away.
Yeah, it's
sort
kind of like a new smell. So.
It's sort of addictive. It also smells unhealthy. But still, it's I like it. It sounds like markers or something, right? Like whiteboard markers. Maybe.
Whiteboard, yeah. I think that's a good comparison.
Well, both colors are. We do actually have the both colors come. So we have a blue full size, a blue 10 kilos, and we have a black 10 kilos and full size. Yeah.
Yeah, and the stock will be half. I assume black will go faster because people will go for black fast, but I'm really hoping more people go for midnight blue.
Calder really wants to push midnight blue. I also like to just play with it, it feels pretty solid, sturdy. Actually typing on it, yeah. I never knew I needed a wrist rest until I had one that was properly for my Wooting 2. Now I can't go back.
It's funny, I've also been using the wrist rest now for the last couple of months, like the one sample first, and now the final one. But it's not like I still don't need it at all, but now I have it, just used to it,
Well, even if I'm typing, I'm not really touching my wrist rest in a way I type, because I type in a very weird way, but just relaxing it's so nice. And also for gaming, it sort of relaxes your wrist. And I also tried it with my MacBook, and it sort of fit my MacBook as well.
Oh damn! I haven't tried that.
But that's not really it's not really a wrist rest, then it's more like a underarm rest, because the MacBook has a big, big area downstairs. But still, it's interesting.
The only thing, to add more about the wrist rest launch, I was talking today with somebody about the launch, and the only thing that I'm still trying to figure out is how we can make. Okay, so there was a question about pricing of the wrist vest. So I'm gonna do it in dollar terms, okay? So the dollar price is $28 for the 10 kilos and $30 for the full size. But this excludes shipping. And I think shipping in the US is going to be, this is a guesstimate now because I don't have it in front of me, anywhere between the $6 and $8, I remember. We're just going to do like a one-on-one, like what we pay for shipping, we're just going to translate that to the shipping cost that you pay for it. And then in Europe, it's a little bit more expensive because regardless of the size that we ship, the cost is the same. So Netherlands, for example, is what, like €6 or €5?
Five.
Five, okay. But then Germany's like 8, €8, I think. We have to think about including VAT, of course, but we can compensate that part. That's okay. But maybe it's like Germany's like €8, I think, but UK becomes quickly already just under the 10, I think.
Well, it's funny you guys are saying that it's affordable and whatnot, and a lot less than you guys would thought. But the funny thing is, when I just unpacked it and I used it the first time, this is like super dumb bias what I'm saying, but I think it's worth at least like $40. So stay to color like, oh, I should ask way more than that. More money.
Yeah. Yeah, because
no, because if you look at other wrist rests, for example, the one you had from the Glorious Master Race, or if you just look like a generic wrist rest, like this is so much more, without being that biased, it's so much more comfortable. It feels more durable than, you know, the fake leather with gel inside or like cushions inside, and it's sort of at the same price level as those wrist rests. Sure, you can go like super cheap for $10, but most wrist rests is like between the, you know, 25 and $30, and yeah, it's nice.
Wow, it's nice to see how much people are willing to spend. Now,
see, Carla, we should have upped the price.
I think in general, the goal of the wrist, it's kind of like, what is the goal of the wristwatch product? And like what Erik just mentioned about the price range, that we could be asking now also what Quinn or Quinn, what's that name you have? Arachnid? Arachnid?
Arachnid, it's like spider.
Arachnid.
Spider.
And A Nomaline says, you know, anywhere between the 40 and €50. If I would critically think about it, then yes, you know, you're absolutely right. This would be the right price range, and that would be also what you'd expect from it. I feel the product quality is definitely worth that price range. But for me, the goal of this product is not so much about hitting the right price with the quality you're getting. The goal of this product is to give great quality for a low price, because I really want this wrist rest to be on as many desks as possible. So not only Wooting keyboards, but anybody with mechanical keyboards. And I really hope that this wrist rest will really have a marketing potential to it. So I really want this to move quantities. I want it to move quantities. I want to see people use the wrist rest, be happy with it, share about it, and then we can get our brand also more out there. Even though you don't have a Wooting keyboard. But maybe in the future you'll think, hey, that wrist rest is really great. I should also consider buying one of their keyboards.
Oh yeah, because that's the first thing what you do, right? Never bought a mechanical keyboard. Oh, let's first buy the wrist rest. And if that's a nice product, let's buy the keyboard.
You know, it's more like this. You have the mechanical keyboard, you buy the wrist rest, and then mechanical keyboard dies or it gets boring. You're like, I should check out this thing that's right in front of me.
Subliminal branding. So because of the whole smells and all the materials that are in there, you're sort of getting hooked, and each time you make a new product, you just instantly gotta purchase it because we messed with your brain. It's like, oh, Wooting, let's finally buy a Pula t-shirt. Hey Ventias, about warranty, I think there's just a normal 2-year warranty on a product, right, Calder?
Yeah, there's a normal 2-year warranty. I really wonder, like, the only thing, well, honestly, we have to still find out what kind of things can go wrong with the wrist rest when it comes to production and when it comes to end users using it for a while. So that's kind of going to be a question mark, but from on paper and expectations are that at worst you have a speck meaning like a dot that you can't remove on the surface of the wrist vest. Because the edges are cut away. So yeah, that would be at worst, I think.
Well, liquid spills should be fine, I guess. Well, sure.
Liquid spills is totally fine. The only thing you would have to worry about is that if you do a liquid spill and it's something very acid and high in acids like Coke.
Coke? Nobody's gonna spill Coke in a
Coca-Cola
Coke. Oh, okay.
Coca-Cola Coke. Then the wrist rest would be totally fine. Nothing will happen. But there's a coating around the wrist rest to give it a bit more of a softer, smoother feeling. And I think the coating will deteriorate a little bit faster depending on how long, if you clean it or not, basically. Yeah. That's the only thing I can imagine. But otherwise, it should last really long. Even the coating should last pretty long. Because when you look at the test for the coating is you have like a machine that rubs the wrist rest with, I forgot, it was like 70 or 90% alcohol or something. And then for an X amount of times until it can remove the whole coating, something like that. Man, I already forgot. It's already a couple months back. So anyway, the point is that it's like there's like a standard test, use a high percentage of alcohol, it rubs the wrist rest. It's how much friction it can handle, and it like passes this test, and meaning that okay, it should last for a long time. Yeah. But I would just be afraid is that if you have like really high acid stuff on it and you don't clean it, it should eat through the coating, I assume. I don't know.
Well, I also would put it in a dishwasher. I think it's better to, rinse it under normal tap water and clean it with a nice cloth, and that should, get all the dirt and smudges off if it gets dirty or whatever. Or just try simple alcohol wipes or isotropic alcohol. Yeah. But not too often.
I like this one from A Normal Line. So the coating is just planned for planned obsolescence. That would be, I think that would be pretty smart. But even if the coating, pretty smart but not good, of course. But even if the coating is gone, the wrist vest is still fine. Like the material itself has no, no issue or something. I think it's just that you get to feel the raw surface, the raw silicone surface, and the raw silicone surface is not uncomfortable or something. It feels just fine. It just has a little bit more friction. So, and temperature is like the silicone itself can resist really high levels of heat, temperature, and cold temperatures, but the coating around it is not made for those kind of temperatures. At the moment I'm not sure what the highest temperature is that the coating can resist. But could you put it in a dishwasher, for example? It should be totally fine in a dishwasher, but I'd be afraid the coating might be affected.
Well, it depends what kind of chemicals you have in your dishwasher, right? What kind of tablets you use, what kind of salt you have, what kind of spoelglans you have in there. So I would have put it in a dishwasher. I also would have put it in a freezer, even though you can probably make ice cubes with this. It will ruin your coating.
And
And the same goes for using it as a cookie cake form. I mean, yeah, I would do it. And it's like with the Tony Chocolonely pattern. I mean, I can see you missed the end of the year quiz because this isn't the Tony Chocolonely pattern. This is the Cairo Pentagonial tiling. See? Has nothing to do with Tony's Chocolonely. Remember, Cairo Pentagonial tiling. That's a thing.
So.
Heel Wooting.
And then for Carl Carlinger is asking, is it BPA free? Yes, it's BPA free. So actually, if we would not have the coating around the silicone material, then it would be also we could make it FDA approved, meaning that it's food graded silicone.
I mean, what were the other products they made in this factory, Calder? Can you remember?
Sex toys.
Sex toys. I mean, if you can put it inside you, it's.
Well, they make sex toys. It's kind of like they would also make ice cube trays, oven shapes, cupcake shapes, but then also the sex toys, the female sex toys, even the male sex toys. It's like
how many samples did you receive? I want to try
Well, I
that
had
one,
some
that one, that
requirements.
one.
I we had to test both male and female sorts.
Oh, nice. I like this one on my my hands. Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, but then again, so I'm very curious to see what kind of issues we might run into with the wrist vest. It will always be a question mark, and I think it's unavoidable that there will be something that we'll find out. So, but if everything works out just fine, I think yeah. I find it really hard to imagine it going really wrong. So without the detergent could be fine. Motherboards work just fine after a dishwasher run. FYI, salt doesn't get into the water in the dishwasher. The ions get exchanged. I mean, I would have to look it up because if you don't use the detergent, the only worry you would have is the temperature. And the silicone itself will be totally fine with the temperature, but then again, the coating. I'm at this moment not sure what the temperatures are, what temperatures it could resist. But I'm fairly confident that even if you put it in, you're not going to see like, oh my God, the coating is dripping off, or oh my God, look, it's it's more like the coating is invisible. And if it's gone, you won't see it, even if it's like, somewhere gone somewhere or something, but you can feel it. That's the difference.
And it's probably not healthy to eat the coating, I guess.
So Kevin, the ID guy, he is exactly what he says. We use the food grade silicone, but with the coating, it's better not to use it to make ice cubes. The coating will break. Yeah.
But you can use it, however, for light spanking.
Yeah.
However, I wouldn't do it too hard because you'll probably get bruises. No, but I think as long as you...
It's really flat, the surface, so you can spank pretty hard with it.
I think if you just use it as a normal wrist dress and clean it from time to time with not crazy chemicals and only try to use water, it will last you for years and years to come. That's something I'm convinced of.
I think you can even say something like, I wonder how it deals with really fatty stuff, but I think you could even say like, you only need to wash it with water. There's no need to wash it with anything else because just washing with water will clean the whole thing already.
Yeah, this is unofficially the first Woo toy. True. And we got like a small version if you have small hands, and big versions if you got bigger hands, right? Slappity spankity. No, and I think we mentioned it almost during every live stream, but this is such a fun and easy product procedure we had because Kevin designed it, made some prototypes, went to the factory, was like, okay, want a sex toy quality? Yeah, sure, want sex toy quality. Okay, here you go, and tweak the mold a little bit, and the product is done. You don't have to do testing, iterating, do all kind of
there's
crazy,
been iterating.
well, but not really like crazy electrical stuff that you need to do with a keyboard, right?
Yeah.
And
that's
it's only
true.
one shape, one material.
Yeah. Damn. To follow up on, there was something about the pricing and the shipping stuff, right? So we're gonna do on the launch of the wrist vest. People that already own a Wooting keyboard, people that pre-order the lekker edition, they will get a special discount for the wrist vest. And then we're also going to have a few wrist vests. I'm not sure if we're going to do that or not. That we haven't confirmed yet, but there might be also that the first X amount of wrist vests, or there will be an X amount of discounts available that will be announcing, and then anybody can use it, and will be like up to 20 or 50, somewhere in between, that people can use for it. Yeah. Is that discount per wrist vest, or can I buy some? Well, it's discount over the wrist vests. Discount over the whole per wrist vest. Oh, good question, man. It's
Oh,
discount this.
yeah.
I
Well,
just don't want to.
we still have
that
to figure it out, but they won't launch until the next live stream, right? Will they?
Oh,
No.
yeah. Next live stream, we can share the more details, because right now there's just a plan written out, but some little details about the limitation of the discount haven't been worked out, so that will be on the launch.
I just realized something. If you want a Wooting tattoo, because our logo is here, like very slightly indented. I mean, if you slap yourself hard enough, you have your Wooting logo on your face. Or you can get a Cairo pentagonal tiling pattern on your back.
I think on your back, that would be the best. You should get like 2 of them at least, and on each side.
No, don't do that. I don't want you guys to molest yourself? Hurt yourself. That's slap the missus ass. Sleep on a pattern every night. Hey Carl, that's a question for you. Will there be a black lekker keyboard?
Eventually, yes.
Yes.
I mean, that doesn't have to be a secret. Like, the goal is to have lekker switches in our keyboards. And lekker edition right now is a limited version. But obviously we would want to make a black version afterwards also. But the exact details and release of the black one is no, we don't have any details about that right now. Because we're just focused on lekker edition first. Obviously we're keeping in mind, how are we going to, do the black version? But that's that comes after lekker edition. But obviously, come on, like, the lekker edition still needs to move, guys. Black lekker with white keycaps. No, it will be a black lekker with the standard ABS keycaps. So it will be a Wooting 2 black keyboard, but then with lekker switches inside. And I think the result, when we look at, if I would compare it with a Wooting 2 FlareTech one, the RGB would be better on a FlareTech keyboard than on the lekker keyboard. I'm pretty confident that's the situation, because FlareTech switches have really good light channeling in the switches.
It's different, I would say.
And it's definitely different. But if you're just looking at like backlight from the keys itself and minimal, let's say, light bleed, then with FlareTech you're better off. But if you would say, well, if you want it to be more popping, then lekker would be better. But obviously, you get them. Obviously, it kind of sucks to sometimes, because we get the emails also, like, people that are waiting for a black version of the Wooting 2 lekker. And it kind of sucks, because obviously we wish that everything is put into the lekker edition, because then we can just focus on that one keyboard and not worry about missing out on something. But that's just how it is, I guess. That's the road of limited editions, I'd say. Because personally, I think this one looks much better, guys. What the hell?
I would just purchase the lekker keyboard only for the keycaps if I were you guys, but I don't have to pay for one.
Kan het nog gekker? Koop een lekker.
Nice. God. I think it's funny.
We should do like.
It's one of the first live stream. Mr. Pleasant, is it here?
Facebook ads only in the Netherlands to do that.
Lekker. It's funny because Mr. Pleasant isn't here, and nobody talks about a 60% keyboard. Nobody.
Oh yeah, true.
Lekker met een e-space sticker. Nice. We need you guys in the marketing division. Everyone in the Dutch marketing division of Wooting.
Wait. First I have to, for Carl Linger, he says, this is concerning the lekker edition. It's a bit colorful, but I accepted it, and it might even be good. Like that's the attitude. Like, trust us, it's gonna look a lot better than a black version. That's what you should do, guys. Don't be like, oh, I want that black version. Just get the lekker edition. You won't be disappointed.
Well, the thing is, in a few years, you know, and we walk there over the floor and then we see like, hey, that guy is a Wooting keyboard and that guy is a Wooting keyboard, and we're not talking to those, you know, because those just have lekker keyboard, those just have Wooting keyboards. And there's like one guy who has like the Wooting to lekker, it's like, oh, you got the lekker edition, and we come to him, we shake hands and say hi, because we can spot that keyboard from a mile away. Yeah.
So in other words, you get premium status if you get lekker edition.
Or if you have like an OG
Wooting
one. If you have an OG Wooting one from the Kickstarter, that's also something.
Yes, we did it. Suraj already ordered.
Woo!
These streams are not for nothing. Wait, let me check this. Let's see if our ticker ticked. Oh, he actually did.
Woo!
Or did he? Yeah, he actually did. 4 minutes ago.
Nice.
If that's him. It's a German layout. That's all I'll say.
Well, nice. Welcome to the team.
Convince me of a discount, please. So no. No, because lekker edition, actually there are discounts out there for lekker edition, but this is only for lekker edition. Discount was for the Wooting quiz, end of the year quiz, so it's more like a prize. And the other ones were given at the Wooting meetup, which is like a very exclusive event, obviously. And that was it. Like, there's no running discount on lekker edition at all. No, just a limited amount, which we, as in a way, gifted to in certain situations.
It's also funny, a while back somebody asked me if you could have a Wooting puller. And he wanted to pay for it. And I said like, well, the Wooting pullers aren't free and they're pretty expensive. But if you purchase one for like 130 euros, you can get a free keyboard with it.
Actually, I have a bag of the pullers right now here, and we could even, if people want to buy it, we can actually sell it if we really wanted to. But it will be limited because we don't. I mean, I don't know if I can get more though. I think I have like 50 of them or something. Ooh. Yeah, I like that. Don't ask discounts on innovative products. They need the money to keep innovating. Like, Violet, you're hitting the nail, man. No, but it's okay to ask discounts. We understand there's different budgets, so. But literally, I have to say, literally, thanks to the lekker edition launch, that we are able to even do the lekker edition production, especially since. We made the decision to make the change to the Switch. It delays the delivery of the lekker edition, which also delays like any kind of follow-up with lekker Switch, product. So it has a really big impact on our. I think my headphones. Wait.
Did that? Wow. That's the wireless life for you. Wait, is there anything else? I mean, we talked a little bit about lekker, distress. We didn't really have time to prepare the stream.
Sorry.
Because we thought it's just like beginning of the year. Wish everybody a happy new year, and then. Yeah, the current ETA is still in May. We want to have it in May. We want to have it on your desk at home.
You can sell for $30 something. What? Well, yeah, one of my earpods just was empty and didn't warm me on time.
Yeah,
So I had to switch
Carlo,
to the other one.
what's the blue head on the bed? Why did I have one? Everybody
Well,
saw
if
it.
we're going to be like sales people, I mean, I feel like this stream is becoming like we're doing sales pitches for different products now.
Well, we
So
should
I
do
might
it
as well pitch
every
this
once
one
in a
as
while.
well. I mean, we already sold the lekker edition, Erik.
Okay, well, then just go and sell Gamepad. I don't think we don't sell them in Europe, to be honest. Right? We only sell.
We don't have this one in Europe?
No, I think
Oh
we only sell
no,
them in
because
the
they
US.
don't make it in the EU. Yeah. This is a what do you call it actually? Again, I forgot.
The snap
Like
it
a
back.
snap it back, right? So this is like a special one because it's in cool. I don't know why we call this like royal orange, I think, right?
Royal blue. I don't know. It's a
It
snap
has
it
some
back.
Dutch vibes.
Snap it back. 6-panel, high profile, wool IQ blend.
Yeah. So I have it here, but I never wear it because I found out that snap it backs don't fit me at all. Let me show you why. I start to look like Mario, is how my wife put it.
I don't know why, Calder, what we're doing in the web shop.
Yeah.
But looking at the web shop, we're not selling that version at all.
Oh no! Oh no!
I think it's sort of broken. Something we have to fix, but we'll get it back soon. Oh man, I like it. I need to get a Wooting cap though, a new one.
Giveaway. Yeah. Yeah, it's actually funny because the the merchandise, which include the shirts and the cap. Sorry, prize. So the merchandise, including the cap, this is like print. We do it through print on demand, so we can make any kind of design we want, and it's literally when you order it, they'll start printing it. And the company we work with, they have pretty good quality. Actually, the snapback, for example, is really good. I mean, I wouldn't say this is your like top of the shelf, super premium one, but I would say it's slightly above average, though, right?
I think it comes close to. I don't know if you guys know official caps. I think this quality comes very close to it. The only thing where you can feel a difference is sort of the fabric on the front flap. Especially on the top, it feels a bit off on the Wooting caps. But like the fit overall and the inside, it's pretty nice and breathable.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only true fans have the Wooting trash caps. That's.
So the Wooting trash caps were bought from a different company, and that was really bad. It was so. It's like the picture itself gave the impression it was like a baseball cap, I guess. And it was one of the only caps we could get on time because they ran out of stock of the ones we wanted. And we're like, well, okay, this should just be fine then. And then we got them and then like, holy shit, so bad. It's so bad. Like, if we knew it was this bad, we wouldn't even wanted to spend anything on it. We would rather just like not have it.
I think these caps were like 60 cents a piece. We should have known.
Oh, it's so bad. Yeah, that's why they're the trash caps. And there's also just a limited amount of trash caps. Now it's become a thing. No, we don't sell them at all. It was for the the trash caps were for the Wooting meetup. We only made them for the Wooting meetup, and we just wanted to have good caps. Well, we wanted to get as close as possible to this cap, but to get these, we would have had to wait way too long before the meetup. We didn't have any time for that, and we sourced it locally. And there was like an MOQ to it, blah blah blah, and they couldn't deliver the one we wanted. And
they said they had an alternative. That was cheap, and I was like, yeah, sure, get it in before Friday. Let's go.
Yeah. Oh my god. I met the PB guys way before I didn't get a cap. Shit.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
But it
Erik now
also
has a stock of trash caps in the office. So
I've got.
but you have to win them though. We don't give them away, obviously. Or you have to meet us in person.
And maybe then, maybe.
Hey, so what's actually? I'm finally getting kind of into the live stream now. What is what are we doing?
Well, we're selling products. I mean, the caps aren't working, but at least the keyboard worked. I mean, there also isn't that much to say because we're sort of middle in the deep of starting up the new year with us. There's
true.
still
This is the first live stream also after the end of the year quiz, right?
True. That was a very fun live stream.
Oh, imagine getting a trash cap without getting every question wrong. So we gave the trash cap to the one that got everything wrong, right?
True.
He did get everything wrong. Yeah. So lekker kletsen. Yeah, I guess we are lekker kletsen. Oh, we are in category just chatting. So we're just chatting, guys.
Just chatting.
I'm seeing if there was
Oh, ooh.
Do you guys already have a lekker? I have a lekker keyboard, but Kevin is the only one that has the final lekker one. Or, well, yeah, when it comes to the exterior final lekker one, I have like a mixture of stuff together, which makes the lekker. But this is the only one that works as a keyboard also.
And you know what? I got the Wacko. It's the old shitty keycaps. Old colors. Such a shame. But I do have the new keycaps on my Wooting 2 installed. For testing purposes. Yeah, that's pretty neat.
Alright. Yeah. We'll find out quickly. Is that a different color top plate? It is. So the only person with the right color top plate right now is Kevin. And you can see it on the latest Instagram post, I think. I think it was also posted on on Twitter. Twitter. So if you go to our latest Instagram post, you can find the final design of the lekker edition. So I was talking with Kevin, and we're working now on getting some new pictures of the final lekker edition design, so we can get those up to the website on the product page, because the product page pictures right now are way off to what the final will look like.
Okay.
But the renders on the product page itself, that's way much closer to what it is. It's very, very close.
I want to do a spacebar closer, but it's not the spacebar that will be installed on the Wooting 2 Lekker edition, so don't be fooled. Focus, please focus.
Yes, thank you, Violet. Violet's Twitter link is correct.
Why won't you focus? There we go. Look at that. Oh. Nice. So this actually with the dice sub, and the dice sub is very, very clean on the small scale. I'm a big fan of it. I was actually surprised with the dice sub quality. Expected less. But still, my favorite one, it's the rookwurst.
Oh, you still have with the black dice up on it, right?
No. This is the correct one with the blue
dice. Is that the correct one?
Yeah. You just cannot see it on a small scale that well with these lightning conditions. Yes.
Let me see.
Let me get another key. So for example, a key that will be installed on your Wooting 2 Lekker edition is the mode key. And it's also nice, clean, accurate.
I have this like keycap mess on this desk here because I accidentally bumped against it and everything.
It's not a snack bar, it's a Hey calder. You know what we should call the space bar? The snack bar. That's such a great idea from MT.
Oh my god!
The snack bar. My god! The next time we're gonna do anything with marketing, we just fire up the live stream.
Yeah.
And see what
do some brainstorming.
Yeah.
Wait, I like Wooting. So Wooting we can use for whatever. If it's an Artisan product, for example, in general, it doesn't have to be like a mousepad Artisan brand, but just a Artisan product. Wooting. I like that. And then we have, what else did we get in this live stream?
Snack bar.
At least I have snack bar now. Yeah. Free marketing. Oh, Woo Toys. There we go. Yeah. Woo Toys, I think is also really doable.
Yes, we should really get some trademarks going.
We can. You're making me think about. So, have we ever shared about the plan that we have with these? No, right?
Well,
are we gonna?
We talked about it during a live stream. I think 3 or 4 live streams ago. There we discussed it. That there was like a side product that was sort of created by accident. Yeah. And that we capitalized on it, and that's it.
Oh, I'm thinking I'm missing. So this is one. It's just missing one. I don't know if I'm able to show it like this.
Oh, that's some sick quality.
Is this showing? Yeah, my camera is really fucked. Like, the colors are totally wrong, but and it's really grainy.
True.
But if you look at this layout, basically this is the language layout. So as you know, we have lekker edition. Oh, let me see. I need to go more to this way, I think. Yeah. So as you know, for lekker edition, we have a lot of languages available. And what we do is basically we give you the keyboard fully installed, either ISO or ANSI. And then there's going to be another box which will have the language keycaps inside. So you see some of these keycaps here are actually with the numbers and the characters and everything. Those are all the language keycaps. And those will go into a separate box and will go with the ISO keyboard. And then you can use those keycaps to swap it to your language. But in that box are not these like, food keycaps. And the reason why is because those will be sold separately. So we're going to...
More money! Because we sell this for so cheap, we want more money!
We're going to, these keycaps are all, like all the modifier keycaps you see here. Oh shit. All the modifier keycaps are going to be separated into a separate box. And those will be, what are we calling it again? I forgot. There's going to be a name for it. But then you can buy like the food keycaps only for modifiers. And it's kind of like an accent keycap set you can buy. And then the question is like, how this even came to existence is because we had to dye sublimate the extra language keys, and they couldn't do the dye sublimation without having like a whole keyboard set, like the whole keycap set. They can't like dye sub only 10, 20 keycaps only. They need to do like the whole set. So we're like, well, then we must make as much use as possible from this, and we combined it. That's what it comes down to.
Yes.
But now you made me think about something. Is actually the space bar. They need to do it separate from the whole set, and we can do the space bar. We can also produce only space bar.
Really?
Yeah. So we can actually make the snack bar a real thing if we want to.
Well, there should be an actual snack bar, right? With a little guy that sells you frikandellen.
True. We do need to make it real snack bar then. Real Dutch snackbar.
Jesus Christ, I freak out that spacebar.
So I want the food modifier kit to be called Snack It. I like that.
Snack it. Lekker. Lekker snacks. Snackbar. I still love the snackbar. Jesus Christ.
Waterproof. I see this question about waterproofing coming back. Is lekker waterproof? Okay, so I think Bexon has a list of questions here, right? Is the lekker keyboard waterproof? And in short, it's as waterproof as a Flirta keyboard, meaning we didn't like coat the PCBA with some kind of spill or waterproofing, whatever coating. I don't know if that's going to change or not. Like at the moment, that's not going to change. You don't expect it to change. But we are going through some changes internally with manufacturing the keyboard, and there might be, there will be a point where we're going to explore the option. Let me put it that way. But at the moment, like that's not going to change. And then the level of waterproof you can expect is that you just have to watch out for the PCBA. Like it's not going to break if you spill water on it or something. It's just that when you spill water on a PCBA, the current's going to flow over to other parts, and your keyboard just going to turn itself off to protect itself. And then you just have to make sure you clean and dry it. And in the worst case scenario, if you get unlucky, a component broke because it got short circuited in a bad way, or it happened too often, and you just ignored the problem. Okay, I'll continue. If I order it now, will I get discount for Visvest? Everybody that orders a Lekker Edition keyboard and everybody that already pre-ordered Lekker Edition keyboard and everybody that will pre-order a Lekker Edition keyboard gets a discount on the Visvest. Yes, so it doesn't matter when you pre-order it. But once the Visvest is available, you combine it with Lekker Edition keyboard, it will automatically discount.
Probably,
yeah.
We have to make it work in the shop, but we'll
let's make it work. Yeah,
we'll
I remember it's there, but I remember it's in there, but I remember you could only do one automatic discount or something, and it's not working as we want it to work. So
yeah, we need to look into bundles or something, but we'll get there.
Yeah. And if you already pre-ordered Lekker Edition keyboard, you're going to receive an email with a discount for the Visvest. And otherwise, if you didn't see the discount, forgot the discount, you can always contact us and we can refund the difference. Then the third one is Lekker hot swappable. Yes, actually, in our original design, we wanted it to be hot swappable. That turned out not to be possible at first. So it would not be hot swappable, but then we decided, you know what, let's just open new tooling and modify a bunch of stuff and make it hot swappable. So now, yes, it's hot swappable.
For other Lekker switches that will probably come in the future. They're only hot swappable for other Lekker switches.
And they're only hot swappable for other Lekker switches. Yeah, exactly.
True. And then you edit, saying it correct? I just want Wooting software with K9 features. But what is so special about K9? What does the K9 have that a Wooting keyboard doesn't have?
That's a good question.
Well, besides the waterproofing then.
But I bet you that if your K9 breaks, if your K9 PCBA breaks, are you sure? How are they going to deal with your warranty? They going to give you any warranty? Are they going to do anything for you? No, sir. What we do is we guarantee 2 years warranty, and we send whatever breaks for free. And after that warranty period, you can even buy the PCBA for only, I think it's now, I forgot the price, but it's like $10 or $15.
Oh, Jesus. Wow, so cheap.
Yeah, it's really cheap. Yeah, because yeah.
Nice.
Are the lekker editions already shipping, or do they have a set shipping date? Oh, okay, guys, thanks. Thank you, guys, for answering that one. They will not cover water damage. Phones are often waterproof, but water damage not covered. Okay, yeah, okay. I mean, okay, so to be honest, let's say you damaged your Wooting keyboard by spilling water over it or any kind of drink. Then still, yeah, in theory, you don't have right on your warranty, but I can tell you right now is most likely what's going to happen is that we're going to send you a new PCBA and you don't need to pay for it. So if you're still within your warranty period.
I think calder gave the wrong impression that a PCB just costs only 15 euros.
A PCB definitely does not only cost 15 euros. The PCB and 15 euro, you could say that if we would make a really big quantity, then a FlareTech PCB would get in that price range. If we make a small quantity, no way. PCB is much more expensive. Yeah, it's just that we produce more of the PCB for RMA purposes. And then when it comes to the lekker edition PCBA, the PCBA is much more expensive than the FlareTech PCBA. Yeah, just to give some impressions. Because most of the cost of a FlareTech keyboard, not most, but a big cost of the FlareTech keyboard is a switch. Well, for a lekker edition, it's the sensor. Depends on Apple. Okay, but I have to be honest, when it comes to us sending RMA stuff or replacement parts, you have to have patience. We're not the fastest. Definitely not the fastest. That's the reality. Is just that like we're not able to. We're too small to do that fast enough. It's expensive until other companies start using lekker switches, right? Winter, yes, it's very good that you mentioned that because as soon as other companies start using lekker switches, and then this is specifically about using the sensor, the price per sensor drops very rapidly, and then the PCBA itself becomes cheaper in total because the biggest cost on the PCBA, one of the biggest costs on the PCBA are the sensors, and after that, I think the LED, if you would account them as one also. Yeah. So the sensors and the LEDs. But the PCBA board itself is not very expensive necessarily. It's the components on the PCB. If you put them together, that accounts a lot. And why do PCBAs get very expensive in general if you buy them in small quantities? It's not that the per piece cost is necessarily high. It's because the startup cost is very high. For there to be a PCBA production for you, they need to have, for example, one is they need to start up the whole operation to just produce your PCBA, which means changing the components on the rails and doing, setting up the whole assembly line. There's always like a startup cost involved. That's what makes it very expensive in the beginning. And then you have some fixed costs, like they need to make a stencil. And the stencil is kind of like a plate with openings where they paste solder over. So the solder is at or I don't know what you call it. I think it's called solder. I don't know. Paste? Solder paste? I don't know what it's called.
Electrical engineering juice.
Electrical engineering juice. They have to paste electrical engineering juice over it. I like that one. And that stencil itself is, for example, $100. And if you make one change to one component in where it's placed, you need to have like a whole new stencil. Soldeersmeer, yeah.
Soldeersmeer.
Flux, that's it. Flux is, I think flux is the right word. Pcbway.com. Oh, but okay, so PCBWay, you see that $5 there? That is 100 by 100 millimeter. That's 10 by 10 centimeters. Keyboard is 400 millimeters by 100. Makes a big difference. Let me keep PCBWay, by the way.
What a weird website, though. What a shady website.
Yeah, we're probably good for. See, they laser the stencil. You see their SMT stencil? SMT stencil from $10 because they laser this one. Non-frame. Okay, so PCBWay looks not too bad, actually.
I now want just the white snackbar in the Wooting too. True. That's the only keycap you use. Just remove all the keycaps so you only see flat switches, then place a snackbar on there and you're like ready.
Oh, I like this.
Okay, Winterjas, see you next year. Was fun. Can't wait for the demo of your analog game. Can't wait. We also have a new analog SDK coming out. That's something you can implement in your game. Okay, calder. I think we're sort of spinning.
Sorry, I got a little bit distracted. Sesame.
I think it's also time to spin an end on it. We're already here for like 1.5 hours. That's 1 hour more than what we spent on this live stream.
I just feel a bit chilled.
No,
JLC PCB? I think I've seen this before as well. The thing is that actually I'm just looking now more for so when it comes to like PCB manufacturers, there's a big difference between, you have like manufacturers that focus on doing small quantities and fast prototyping, and then you have PCB manufacturers that focus more on mass producing PCBAs, and some of them do both, but there's never like there's rarely like you get an all-in-one, even when so need more of these like smaller ones that can do fast prototyping. The big disadvantage just for us is that the components that they need to assemble on the PCB are very specific, not very common, and they need to be purchased separately.
Okay. Don't forget to talk about the 6%. We're not going to talk about the 6% in the stream. Cypher, when do we get fully programmable keys? Ooh. So next week, you and I will work on the interface, implementing it in the utility. And when do we want to have it in beta again, Calder? Full programmability?
I'm just gonna stay away from dates, man.
Okay. Soon. Won't be long.
The thing is that right now on the schedule is that for this task run that we're having right now, it should be coming in beta before 6th of February. But let's see how far you guys get next week.
I mean, let's say we get. I think. I'm not gonna promise it, but maybe we can show something during the next live stream. That would be cool.
Next live stream, there should be something able to show for sure, right?
Yeah, there should be something to show at least. If it works, it's yeah. Yes.
So Baxton is just content them about prices. Like, we'll definitely do it. It's more that we can get components to them, actually, the ones that we want. I don't know, the thing is that the way we've been doing our PCBAs is until so far always with the manufacturer itself. And often that is, we only supply the components and they do it for free, but recently things are changing a bit, and we want to make more prototype PCBAs with third parties instead of with the manufacturer itself, because some projects we don't necessarily want to make with them, or want to make with others, or we just want to test something. So now we're looking more also for other PCBA makers. So these references are pretty good, especially if they're ones that are focused on, making quick prototypes for cheap. Are you guys going to end the pre-order on Lekker before the 1,000 mark, or will it stay open until sold out? It will stay open until sold out, but we're going to manufacture all the keyboards regardless, and then it will be on stock if it hasn't sold out by that time. And then when it's sold out, it's sold out.
That's called op de pop.
Op de pop. Yeah.
Op de pop. Any other questions? No? Okay, then I close down livestream. Bye.
Oh no! Okay, yeah.
So what did we learn today? Snackbar, wood toys, what a gaming keypad is, a gaming controller, a mousepad, a deskpad. It was such an informative live stream.
Super informative live stream. Just chatting. I think this is good feedback, Erik, from what was I say, Mick? If we can change the profile picture on Twitch to become more colorful.
Actually, see, it's just like my girlfriend, right? This is exactly like my girlfriend. So I walk up to the kitchen with the idea, my own idea that I'm gonna do the dishes. So then I stand up from the couch, and my girlfriend says like, "Hey, you're gonna do the dishes?" Then I'm gonna sit down again. It's like, no, it wasn't planned to do it. No, I'm not gonna do it because you said it, because it was my idea, And now the exact same, because at this, just before the live stream, I was updating the whole Twitch channel and interface stuff, and I have some things in Photoshop standing there ready. Now it's like, hey, when are you gonna update the profile picture on Twitch? It's like, not gonna do it. It's horrible, because now it feels like it's his idea, but I was already working on it. It's not fair. No, I'm not gonna do the dishes.
Oh my God, I know this feeling. I never like it. I never like it.
I mean, I just could say like, okay, I'm gonna do the dishes, and it's fine. But it's something, a feeling inside. It's like, no, I'm not gonna do the dishes. You do the dishes.
So now, Mick, thank you for totally ruining it now. So there won't be any update on the profile picture.
No. Not gonna do the dishes.
Okay. So then final ones. Jessix, thank you for also joining the stream. I'm happy you ordered the Lekker edition. Wait, I'm happy you ordered the Lekker edition, and that you can get some impression about who we are and what we're doing, so it doesn't feel like it's all fluff or something. That's what I always hope happens on the live stream. Doesn't feel like everything is fluff. And then Erik, hopefully we'll see the new profile picture. Let's round it up.
Maybe. Yeah, well, thanks everyone for watching, and I had a blast. And I hope to see you guys in a fortnight. That's also nice. Oh my God, it's such a good stream.
God. The game ruined the word.
True. I still like it.
See you guys in a fortnight, yeah? Yeah.
Thanks for the suggestion, Fraser. It was a very nice stream, man. Well, bye guys.